A cash offer. You're probably thinking in your mind that a cash offer is someone showing up with a briefcase to a listing and saying, hey, I will buy your house for cash. Well, that is not at all what a cash offer is. If you're watching this, you're either a client that I've sent this to because I want to just educate you a little bit on the process, or you're someone who's just researching how to get a good deal on a house. And cash offers are the number one strongest negotiating tool that you can have. So in this video, I'm going to go through what exactly a cash offer is. It's also called a no conditions offer, and how it helps you negotiate and why it's so valuable. And then at the end, I'll just tell you how to go into it safely, because I'm sure you have heard stories of people going in with no conditions and there is a shit show. So many things happen and the deal falls apart, or there's something super wrong with the house. Well, I would never let you do that as your realtor, but let's get right into it. So I'm Tristan Ritchie. I'm from Lake City Realty. I'm one of the top realtors here in Sudbury, and I help people buy, sell, and invest here in Sudbury. I love what I do, and I love helping and educating. If this video helps you at all, please like, subscribe. It truly, truly helps. I really, really appreciate even every little like helps. Okay, so let's get right into it. What is a cash offer or a no conditions offer? They became super popular during COVID, in Sudbury at least, because there was so many offers, 10, 15 offers on certain properties. And in order to win the bidding war, you needed to have no conditions. So what conditions normally are before COVID, before there was always these multiple offers, is you would find a house you liked. You could take your pick because there was lots on the market. You would put in the condition of financing, inspection, and insurance. You'd have between 5 and 7 business days. So once you get an accepted offer, the buyer would have the opportunity to back out if something went wrong with the financing, if they didn't get the money for this house, if something went wrong with the inspection, or something went wrong with insurance. So as you can see, for the seller, it's not an actual sale until the deal goes through. So this was 7 days where the buyer has a chance to back out. So even if the buyer wasn't serious, sometimes they would put in a conditional offer because they would think, hey, I can easily back out with one of these conditions. So a no conditions offer is an offer where when you put the offer in, if the seller accepts, it's a done deal. Neither the buyer or the seller can back out, which is very, very attractive to a seller because it means the house is for sure gone. It's like selling something on Kijiji. If someone says, hey, you're selling for 150, they say, I'll bring you 100 cash right away. You're like, well, I get 100 right now, or do I have to wait a month to sell it again? So that's kind of the same mentality they're going through. So the term cash offer means basically just a done deal. There's no way to back out. And the reason it's cash, because historically it is people that were actually buying it cash. This just means you don't have the financing condition, which most people, almost everyone that does a cash offer, no conditions offer, are still getting a mortgage. So don't feel like you actually have to bring $500,000 to the table in order to be a cash offer. So that is what a cash offer is. Now let me explain a little bit why it's so valuable to the seller, and it can help you negotiate like crazy. Almost every property that I've bought, I've gone in with no conditions. And at the end of the video, I'll show you a safe way of doing it so you're not taking the big risk that everyone thinks there is. So this is why a cash offer is so valuable to a seller. I have seen a seller accept $60,000 less because another offer had no conditions. And believe it or not, my offer for my clients was $60,000 more, and we didn't get the offer because we had financing and inspection. The other offer had 0 conditions, and they accepted that one $60,000 less. I've seen, obviously that's an extreme case, but all the time you see $5,000 to $20,000 because it is a no conditions offer. Just recently it was $25,000. My clients actually got this one. So the reason it's so valuable is because it's a done deal. The sellers don't have to worry. It means the buyer is extremely prepared and ready to close and loves the property. It's basically a motivation thing. The person that has a bunch of conditions, they have a bunch of opportunities to back out. If you have multiple offers going back to market after that, you likely won't get the same amount of offers or even close to the same amount of price. So you want to make sure that you're balancing and weighing your options correctly. That's why a no conditions offer is so valuable to a seller. So if they got a few in front of them, let's say one at 400 and one at 420 with conditions. You're thinking in your mind, $20,000. That's a lot of money, ton of money. But this person hasn't done the research, hasn't gone through the effort, and might not be prepared to close as much as this person that absolutely loves the property enough to go no conditions. So as a seller, if you accept this one and this offer falls through, these people likely won't offer you 400 again. The other offer is gone. They're like, well, now there's no other offer. Let's go 390, right? So then you're losing even more money. There's the possibility, the risk. That's why no conditions offer is very, very valuable. Here's how you use it to negotiate. So normally they're only used in multiple offer situations, but I like to use them even when there's no other offers because it's such a strong negotiating tool for the exact reason I just said. If you're going to offer them a done deal right away, they are highly motivated to accept a way lower offer. I bought my own house on New Year's Eve for, $60,000 less than what it was listed for, and about $100,000 less than its actual value because it was listed close to Christmas. Like, who does that? But I came in, tons of things wrong with the inspection. Like, it needed a bunch of work. So I gave them a cash offer. Hey, you could have this off your hands if you sell it to me right now. And they accepted. So that you can do in your own life when you're shopping. It can really help you negotiate a better price. So now you're probably thinking, I've heard these horror stories, people going in with no inspection, no financing, and they're getting screwed. And that has happened a ton. But that's because they're not working with me. I have been through this. I have not had one client that's been unhappy with their house after going in no conditions. I haven't had one client not be able to close due to financing on the property. And it's very easy. Two-step process. Number one, before you bring in the offer, you send the PDF, the listing, to your mortgage broker. You ask them, hey, if I go in no conditions at this price, am I good to go for financing? So they can run a background application. The one thing that might come up, they might say it is based on appraisal. And again, that's my job as a realtor to never let you pay above appraisal value. And I can tell you it's different than Toronto. In Sudbury here, out of the 400 deals I've done in the last couple of years, I have not had one not appraise. And it's very rare that they don't appraise in Sudbury. And again, that's one thing I often tell my clients, I'll pay the difference above whatever. If it appraises low, I'll pay the difference. That's how confident I am, right? So that's the only thing to watch out for. But again, a professional that knows what they're doing and knows the market will be able to help you with that. So that's the financing part. The inspection part. I know you don't want to go in with no inspection. And all through COVID, a lot of people were, and I've heard some horror stories, but I did not let my clients do that. Here's the safe way. You call the inspector and you do what's called a pre-inspection. You go ahead of time before the offer date or before you bring an offer. You pay $150 to the inspector. You don't get the full report, but you get a walkthrough with them. So they point out while you're there with them at the house, everything that would be on the inspection. So you're not missing anything. So when you go to bring in your offer, you've already done the inspection. You've paid a little bit less than you normally would for a full inspection, but you have all the information that you need. And I've had scenarios where we did a pre-inspection and found something major and we're like, we're not even offering on this property. Next thing you know, it sells cash, no conditions. Who knows if those people knew that there was all these issues with these houses. So that's a safe way of going in no conditions. And that's how you get extremely good deals in any market, especially the Sudbury market. And if you need any help buying or selling, I'm Tristan Ritchie. I would love to help you. I'm from Lake City Realty. I also got a team of agents, marketing, and admins that can help it be a seamless process. And I just love what I do. So if you need help, feel free to reach out. I hope this video helped you.